Greetings, my name is Marquise McCarthy, and I will be doing a review of the New York State K-12 cybersecurity standards. My presentation will showcase the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats that I have observed throughout the document. The objective of the New York State K-12 standards is to prepare students for our tech-driven society with safety and integrity. The strengths I have found have been the acknowledgement of minority groups and equity, grade band structures, which organize each grade into groups of bands to establish mastery by band-in and scaffold learning. The how to read section adds clarifying statements for each standard. Um, Clear objectives and end goals. Developmentally appropriate design, including unplugged options. Early learning guidance emphasizes age-appropriate practices, foundational skills like patterns, sequencing, and rules, and explicitly notes that K through 2 standards can be taught with or without devices, leaving room for teacher judgment. Integration across concepts. Cybersecurity connects networks, CT, which is algorithms and debugging, and digital citizenship like privacy and footprint, framing security in the broader tech ecosystem. Some weaknesses I have found is that there aren't any statewide performance rubrics or assessment models prescribed. Personal development and resource planning are noted as ongoing supplemental work, which can produce uneven quality. Standards don't map to entry-level certifications like ITF Plus or Security Plus, which could help create clear workforce pathways. While New York State Education commits to developing supplemental resources, a concrete PD framework with milestones and funding isn't provided in this document. Also, the thorough review timeline of 2018 to 2020 is a strength, but future refreshes must keep pace with fast-moving domains like AI and the cloud. Students will have the opportunity to implement password policy campaigns, phishing awareness drills, accessibility audits, and tabletop exercises, meeting safeguards and response standards while producing tangible results. They'll also have the possibility to use 9 through 12 standards as a bridge to college cybersecurity courses and badges connecting learning to workforce readiness. The document also makes an emphasis on job projection and motivation to enter the field, um, documenting that there has been a 13% growth in computer and IT occupations from 2016 to 2026, and 557,000 new jobs with higher than average wages, which is a powerful motivation to pursue cybersecurity. Also, there have been local partnerships like BOCES with colleges and employers, leveraging the standard's broad framing to build mentorships, internships, and community cyber initiatives, which aligns with supplemental resources being developed. Threats include funding disparities, like low-income districts may struggle to fund devices, personal development, and staffing needed for consistent delivery. Rapid tech change outpacing refresh, AI, Internet of Things, and cloud evolve quickly. Without frequent additions, curriculum can stagnate relatively to emerging risks. There's also security liability in school contexts. Poorly scoped cybersecurity activities could introduce legal or ethical issues. Response standards imply caution but don't prescribe guardrails. Also, there's an inconsistent interpretation without standardized assessments. Wide latitude may lead to inconsistent outcomes across districts absent common rubrics and exemplars. For college-level learners, I propose implementing participatory learning models that go beyond theory. This includes hand-on lab training, like practical exercises in network security, encryption, and incident response, research and development projects, encouraging students to explore real-world problems such as privacy and social media or ethical AI, collaborative simulations like tabletop exercises for breach response and risk analysis, integration of emerging tech, which addresses AI-driven threats, cloud security, and digital ethics in depth, These approaches ensure students develop critical thinking and applied skills, preparing them for a workforce where cybersecurity and ethical technology use are non-negotiable. I fully support the proposed New York State K-12 cybersecurity standards because they represent a proactive approach to preparing students for the digital world they are born into. These standards help ensure that upcoming generations are not just passive consumers of technology, but informed, responsible, and secure users. In an era dominated by technology, cybersecurity education is essential for personal safety, career readiness, and civic responsibility. My only recommendation is to keep these standards regularly updated to reflect emerging technologies like AI, Internet of Things, and evolving cyber threats. Here is the link to the New York State K-12 Computer Science and Digital Fluency Learning Standards, retrieved December 8th, 2025.